Welcome to Mayo's world. All right, y'all. To be completely honest with you, I'm not in a good mood. I'm a Cancer, so I'm just saying that off the bat. I am not in a good mood. I have a lot going on. I'm very stressed out, but I really want to make this YouTube video. I have a lot of change happening in my life that I don't really want to say until I'm in a better place to talk about it. But I just want to make this video and keep it pushing. If you guys want to know more about what's going on, I've written about it in detail on my Patreon, which you can join. What else is going on?
And if you feel like you've learned something from this video and want to contribute to my work, you can Cash App me, Venmo me, PayPal me, whatever. But I think it's good to get into the habit of sending people money if you feel like you've gained. And non-financial ways of supporting my work would be like subscribing, leaving a thumbs up, commenting, sharing my videos. These are all ways that will help me and can help me continue to make the work that I love to do.
First off, check out your girl's phone case. The girls could never! That is the first update I want to do. First off, listen. I have to just make my entrance. Listen. If you see me like this, like don't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you know? Who do you know with this? Listen. She was pumped. I was so lit. Listen, I got my phone case like this. I'm about to get my nails done tomorrow. Like, she's gonna be a whole new bitch. Like, I'm excited. That's first update. Okay. Now to get to these TikToks. I discovered like TikToks on colorism and Wu Child. It just gave me life. Like, there are so many TikToks about colorism. Not all of them are good. Some of them are very offensive. Some of them are very mean. Some of them are just blatant things like, look how ugly dark skin girls are. But like, I'm not gonna do that one on my channel because I really don't want to add to the defamation of dark skinned women. I want to do TikToks that I thought were funny and cute and inspiring and truthful that just brought me joy. So I'm gonna review them. So for those who are like new to my channel, I talk a lot about colorism because that is some shit that I'm just hella passionate about. So today we're gonna do colorism in TikTok, so it's like a fun way of addressing colorism. But I'm like never gonna stop talking about this because as long as dark skinned people are systematically oppressed, I'm not gonna shut the fuck up about it. So so for all the TikToks, I'm gonna put their handles there because I want to make sure I pay homage to these people who are creating very incredible content. So let's get into it.
Between teeth, now bring my boys in. Their skin and craters like the moon. The moon we love like a brother. While he glows through the room. Dancing around the lies we tell. Dancing around big eyes is all. Even the comatose, they don't dance and tell. We live in cities you'll never see on screen. Not very pretty, but we sure know how to run free.
That is so fucking cute. Oh my god. Don't cry. Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Listen. This is watercolor on my face, so like it will come off. Listen. That is like so... I feel like I didn't realize how insecure I was about how dark I am until I watched that video because, you know, I'm older now and I feel like colorism looks very different than what it did when I was in high school. And I just feel like so many people would always say things like, oh, I can't see you, or oh, you're the blackest one, or oh, you're burnt. And like, I feel like people say it as like a way to be jokes, and I hear people say it too till now, and it's just really sad because the associations with being dark are so fucking mean. It's so fucking mean. It's stuff like you're burnt, I can't see you. It's like things that like erase your identity, which is already erased. So when he was doing the TikToks, it just like reminded me of when people would say stuff like that, and I realized that like if I take a picture with somebody, I'm always insecure that they're gonna make a joke that like, oh, I'm so much darker, or like you can't see you. Like I didn't realize how like that still carries with me, or if I'm with somebody a lot lighter and you're kind of like waiting for a comment about how dark you are, or just like being the darkest person in the room. Oh, child. And then but then in the end he was like, you know, dark skin is so beautiful, and I smiled. But then another part of me was like, I feel like it's considered more beautiful on men though. That's the thing. So like I'm still waiting for that moment where I'm like, oh my god, society's like, yeah, because it's not. But I think you know, just the way he looked, like the way he smiled, like, and he was wearing pink, and I don't know, maybe it's the Lorde music or something, but like, wow, bitch. Okay, Cancer season. It's not even Cancer season.
They look the same, but they taste the same too. But I like this one because my preference.
Yo, the amount of times you hear that when you're young, and I feel like there's always, if you talk about colors, and there's always people in the comments like, it's my preference, and I'm like, bro, your preference is rooted in white supremacy. Let's get with it, okay? Let's get into it. I just feel like I don't even know. I'm exhausted. Like, your preference is rooted in white supremacy, babe. If your preference literally only has people who are light skinned, I don't know what to tell. Someone's gonna tell you, like, someone's gonna let you know. Like, if you look at like your mood board and everyone's light skin, like, someone's gonna tell you it's not a preference anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not a preference.
You would not believe your eyes. 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 It's hard to say that I'd rather.
And that's gross. And I remember too, when I was in Nigeria, I was also seeing skin bleaching products from Dove, and I'm like, aren't you the same motherfuckers who will be in America like, love yourself? Like, that just shows you that literally you market whatever's in fashion. You have no moral integrity. Like, aren't Dove the same people who had that black girl turn white? Like, if somebody wants to make a list of all the companies that are actively contributing to colorism so that they can be called out and we can just like not use those products, let me know, because I want to know what I saw. Some of the brands that were on there and I'm like, got it, not using any of those ones, but I know there's more, and it's sickening. Like, how can you say colorism is not real and then you know people are actively bleaching? Like, bleaching is one of the most like lucrative businesses within like kind of what's this thing called, like cosmetology. It's like you can make a lot of money in skin bleaching. So if colorism isn't real, what is skin bleaching? Is it just for fun? No, it's for aesthetics. It's for your preferences, right? So if you want to decolonize your preferences, if you want people to stop bleaching their skin, then you have to do the work, right? I hate when people say, oh, it's so sad that people bleach their skin. Are you contributing? It's not sad that they're bleaching their skin. It's sad that colorism exists first. Because I feel like we put too much pressure on people who bleach their skin, not enough pressure on the fact that there's a system that's pushing them to do that. So what are you doing to fix that system? I don't think it's just enough to talk about skin bleaching and how sad it is and it's like, boo-hoo, it's over. It's like, honey, how are you contributing to this system that is oppressing dark-skinned people and has been for hundreds of years and will be for more years? What are you doing? I want to know. And you know who's the worst at this? Netflix. Yo, I genuinely do not watch Netflix because Netflix is the most colorist ass platform. Like every single movie that Netflix shows, this is the test. Go on Netflix and look at the black movies. If it is not with a dark skinned man and a light skinned woman, or a dark skinned man and a biracial woman who's light skinned, then the only time there are dark skinned girls represented is when we're like in jail. They love to get dark skinned girls for jail and for slavery. What? We are represented. What? But then when it comes to like being happy, being married. We fall into tropes where we only use dark-skinned women in film and media for slavery, for jail or prison, and for kind of like the girl you date before you come up to the next girl, like the bottom, like the girl, the starter girlfriend, starter wife or whatever. Like we're always very angry. Like, and Netflix just really emphasizes that. It's like so fucking colorist. The only time I see myself represented as a dark-skinned person is when I watch Nollywood films. And hella people bleach anyway, but that's the only times I see women who are my color. And that's really sad. Like, I'm so done with all the Hollywood films. And there are so many films that they literally just erase. It's supposed to be written for dark-skinned people, and they literally just erase dark-skinned people from each film. Like Amandla, she's been in so many films where it's supposed to be for a dark-skinned person, and then it's her. And it's like, no one says anything. And then sis posts about how colorism is like a big deal, but like, you're still taking them roles, so. You know what I'm saying? I just be flabbergasted all the time. I just be looking and like, am I the only one who notices this? If you say like colorism matters, then that means you should make space for dark-skinned people to have opportunities. The same way that if you say like racism, we should fight institutional racism, that means you should be hiring black people. So if you want to fight colorism and everyone's light, you're contributing to colorism. I don't know how else to say it. If you have a team of a lot of people, everyone's light, you're contributing to colorism.
Light skin privilege check. Put a finger down if someone has ever told you you weren't pretty because you were too dark within the black community. Put a finger down if you have ever heard yourself being dragged in hip-hop music. Put a finger down if in black media you saw yourself always and constantly being represented as the ghetto, ratchet, ugly friend. Put a finger down if you are also questioned on your femininity on a daily basis simply because of your shade. Put a finger down if people have told you you would be much prettier if you were lighter. I didn't put any of my fingers down because light skin privilege is very real within the black community.
Like period boots. Like I feel like y'all need to just watch that and when you don't put none of your fingers down, just be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, yeah, 100%. Dating, everything, straight community, queer community, doesn't even matter. Like all of it has been mad colorist. Colorism is in every arena, like all the time. Unless you're actively doing work to dismantle colorism, it's likely existing, just like racism, y'all. Just like racism. Like I don't know how to make it more clear. The girls don't know how to make it clear.
It's Twin good motherfucking vibes only. Super good vibes only.
Listen, I didn't want to say it. He said it, okay? A lot of times the comments that people say in rebuttal to colorism really does sound like the comments white people say in rebuttal to all lives matter, or Black Lives Matter, I mean. Like I don't know how people like can't see the duality. And I don't know if it makes people feel better, but I also feel like the same kind of comments come up when people talk about Black Lives Matter, but then if you're like, oh yeah, Black queer lives matter, everyone's like, oh no. You know, it's like the same, like this want to talk about your own experiences as the most important, as the most extreme experience. I think as Black people as well, like being Black is hard, period. I would never not say that to somebody, because being Black is hard in all of its complexities. But when you're Black with intersections, it's just harder, period. Like it doesn't dismiss anything. Like I would never listen to someone talk who is of a different body type than me and then say like, wait a minute, in 3rd grade I was called toothpick. Like it's just not the same. And it's okay for it to not be the same. I feel like this like pressure or this want for all of us to have the same experiences and no one to be suffering more is just really unrealistic. We can handle multiple dualities at the same time. And I always say that every video, like we can handle that. I believe that it is okay to acknowledge that colorism is real and to acknowledge that the people who dismiss colorism often sound like all lives matter, okay? It's just don't be that person, okay? Don't be that person.
It was really just frustrating. The people did not have the correct clippers. Everybody basically sat, they didn't know what to do. Should we leave a little tough? I didn't like the way the woman was cutting my hair, the way they were having a conversation in front of me.
Should we write our name?
Hey, not everybody can cut your hair. And you can always grow it back.
It is uneven.
Yeah.
Is that shaving your head that fast?
And it's very upsetting to an African-American woman to go into a salon and the person to do her hair incorrectly. It is very inappropriate.
Ebony, she just gets going and cannot stop. And it's a little bit weird.
The American man they had there was there for pieces. He wasn't there for that. That wasn't his technique and his job. It's very interesting. You would think that they would have one person there trained to do everything.
You were talking about you didn't like your hair. You know what? Yes. If they wanted to shave or strip down the middle of your head,
that's what's fine. That's fine.
That's
okay. Gross on so many fucking levels. Like, as a black person, especially with hair like mine, very nappy hair, like it is incredible, and someone who has modeled, it is incredibly humiliating when people do not know how to do your hair and do not want to talk about it. Listen, I had a shoot. Oh Lord, I just remembered this. Got a message. I had a shoot. I will not say who I was working with. It was a very big campaign. A very big campaign. And everything was on point. Like the makeup artist, she was great. She was really like, you know what I'm saying? She was really into like, she did her research on me. Everyone had done the research. The hairstylist, like my hair was like this. My hair was in freeform locks. It was maybe like 2 years ago. And she did not know what to do. And instead of her just saying, I don't know what to do, or like, hey, I'm incompetent, this bitch was trying to break my locks. Like So now when I do shoots, I actually just say, I mean, because even too, like, I just don't like people touch my hair, but that was in the beginning, so I was quite like, and now I'm just like, no, please don't touch me, actually. Like, you don't know, people don't know how to do hair, black hair, 4C particularly. Even black people don't know how to do 4C hair. Even people with 4C hair don't know how to do 4C hair. Like, it's not even necessarily like a read. And then with the light skin girl in the back, laughing at her, like, laughing at her passion. And often as dark-skinned people, like as black people, our passion is read as aggression, period. But the darker you are, the more intense it is. And as a dark-skinned person, like certain words that is just really specific to dark-skinned people, like dark-skinned people often hear that we're bitter. I've never heard any other group be called bitter as much as dark-skinned women are called. And I think that those kind of stuff, like the bitterness, this like aggression, is all rooted in this idea that because of the color of my skin, I am scary. And the mixture of like the color of your skin and being a woman, just like really like this like does not sit well with a lot of people. And the little white girl to say, it's really weird when she goes off, she goes off. Did you want her to not go off? Listen, just because people know, like you never know what it feels like to not have people know how to do your hair on a day-to-day basis. Like her passion was righteous, her passion was right. Where is Ebony? Ebony, if you watching this video, give me a call, boo. Like let's, I'm sure you got a lot to say. Even that just doubled down what I said. And last one. No, I'll do two more.
Tuesday down Corleone, bitch, I'm a boss. My young niggas working, they getting them off. We only take trips, we ain't taking no loss. Man, free all my niggas in Vatos in jail. They ain't got no bond or they would've made bail. And so many tried it, but so many failed.
I don't even need to listen. Y'all reading the, I know it was going hella fast. I had to watch it like 5 times, but statistically, we are getting more time in print. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, colorism is not a joke. Colorism is not like, oh, guys don't like me. It's not as simple as that. It's like, it's actually like affects how we get jobs. It affects how we navigate space, how we move through the world. And if y'all are still arguing if it's real or not, you're gonna get left in 2019 or 2018. You 2 years behind. Let's catch up. Let's go. Let's solve this. Let's work. Like, can we address colorism, please? Damn. All right, let's go to the next one.
Just like reverse racism is not a thing, reverse colorism is not either. So when we're talking about how the media represents dark-skinned black women, or we're talking about how dark-skinned black women, what dark-skinned black women face in general, I don't want to hear about how you're bullied for being light-skinned, because I see that a lot. You're just being counterproductive and you're just taking up space. Take a step back and realize your privilege. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
She came through, she let y'all know, period. She ain't playing. Don't be dismissing our experiences. And yes, reverse colorism isn't a thing. So when y'all say I was bullied in this, I was this and this, like I just need y'all to stop saying that. It's a wrap on that. It's a wrap, please. Can we move? Because the thing is, the quicker we address colorism for what it is, the quicker we can move on to like actually making steps to fix it. I spat so much when I said that word. But we can take steps to actually combat colorism. It does not have to be like if we're just in the arguing on if it exists stage, like we got so much more to go. Like they always say to you, like, I don't think it's, you know, there's no difference. I also got bullied. And then you kind of go a little bit farther. And a lot of times people will say, well, actually, dark-skinned girls have always been very mean to me. And I'm like, well, the fact that you can realize that dark-skinned girls, like you know, in your head, you feel like dark-skinned people are bullies, right? I hear that a lot. People often write me, well, oh, dark-skinned girls are bullies. If you say that, that means that you already know that you do not see your experiences and their experiences as the same, because you have already seen them as something different than you. So if that can exist, then the way they're being treated will also be different than you. Period. I feel like I said period a lot. My fur from my phone is in my face. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm hot. I have sweated. Thank you for watching. I am once again thankful to all the beautiful TikTokers who have created this content, because that shit is amazing. Let me know if I should do a part 2. This might have been kind of long, but thanks for watching. Cheers!